we had some spring games happen. Of course, they had the Alabama A game that none of us watched. We were watching the LSU Path to the Boot game. The recruiting we had a lot of recruits on campus. Joe Burrow was there. Jamar Chase was there. Angel Reese was there. They were all hosting the 17-year-olds. So basking in the glory. Not a whole lot to see. It's spring game. Doesn't really matter. It's just good to see some guys go out there. Special teams is still a big question on my end. I watched our kickers miss field goals left and right all game. But we can't really say who's going to be quarterback one, but we can give our picks because that's what sports podcasts do. If we try to speculate, 4 months, 5 months ahead of time. So, Wade, who's your pick for LSU's QB1 going into the 2023 season?
To me, there's really no controversy or question about it. Jaden Daniels came back to be that guy, and so far he's put in the work in the offseason. He put in some work with some private quarterback trainers. We saw the photos with him and Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. He's like 210 pounds now.
Yeah,
so I think he really does put it all together, and we'll have a pretty good year for LSU. I think by sticking around at LSU to this point for Nussmeier, I mean, I think it kind of shows that he will be here this season. Otherwise, I think he would have wanted to be in a competition he truly could have won in the spring, like we saw Walker Howard do. So I don't see this quarterback room changing unless Nussmeier, kind of gets approached outside of the portal and there's a little bit of tampering where it's like, hey, you could come here and play right away.
Looking at you, Florida.
Yeah,
you better
Florida
leave him alone.
Could be a team to watch, but if I'm Nussmeier, I'm not waiting 3 years for my chance to go ruin it at a program like Florida. That would be like signing up to get drafted by the Jets. We just picked on them, right? Exactly. They don't know how to develop quarterbacks.
That's like leaving Cane's to go work at Popeyes. Okay, I mean that's basically what you're looking at right there.
Depending on who you ask, Popeyes is better.
I couldn't think of it. I guess you could say KFC. That's like leaving Cane's to go work at
being
KFC.
At Chick-fil-A and leaving for KFC.
Yeah, there you go. Or go from Whataburger to McDonald's. Like there's just no comparison. Tyler, who's your QB1?
Y'all know me. I've been a Jaden Daniels believer since his freshman year at Arizona State. It's going to be JD. It's going to be JD5.
Hey Arnold. Yeah,
it's going to be JD5. Now, next year, it's going to be a different story. There's going to be open quarterback competition. Probably not really. It's going to be Garrett Nussmeier. After Jaden Daniels is done, I think that Jaden Daniels not only can be the best quarterback in the SEC, but he could be up there with Caleb Williams and Drake May by the end of this. I think that he's going to improve his draft stock mightily, and he's going to be a first-round draft pick. You might as well bookmark that.
So that's about JD7.
Heisman finalist, 2023 Heisman finalist, Jaden Daniels.
I could see it.
Yeah. Heisman winner, Jaden Daniels.
I don't know about that.
Give him the trophy.
7. No quarterback has worn 7 since I've been an LSU fan. I think that
we don't want the 7 curse. The 7 has been awful.
Let him keep 5. JD5. I think his arm strength has improved drastically. Like Wade said, he put on some weight. So he already was bouncing off the hits. I think this will help as well. I could see us running a little dual quarterback situations, maybe. Throwing Nussmeier in for 1 or 2 different packages, a little different.
They did it in the bowl game.
Yeah, I think it's Jaden Daniels. It's his job to lose at this point. He's got the experience under the offense. He's got the team. If he goes out there and he balls out like we all know he can, of course, Heisman finalist. But if he goes out there and he's struggling, game 1 against Florida State, and we're down 10 in the third quarter, and he hadn't done anything, give Garrett Nussmeier a chance. Throw him in there. See what he does. Maybe he gets sparked to the offense, a deep shot play. Who knows? Another big takeaway from the spring game I had, everybody was thinking Malik Neighbors, bona fide wide receiver number 1. I still think he is, but we got 2 other dudes that can ball out too. We got Kyron Lacey out there looking like Odell Beckham, running down the sidelines. And then we also got Brian Thomas. That's just like he's your dude. He's like 6'10". Just throw it to him. He's going to catch it. So what are your thoughts on the LSU's wide receiver room showing out? And of course, Landon Ibieta is the fastest white guy to ever come out of Louisiana. that
Yeah,
I've
Bill
ever
Belichick
seen.
already might be looking at his tape already.
Yeah.
Wes Welker. I can already tell you, Charlie Jones, the wide receiver out of Purdue, he's already going to the Patriots. That's like another Wes Welker type of wide receiver right there. But I was very impressed with the wide receivers. The spring game started out hot. The first play from the line of scrimmage, Jaden Daniels drops back and then throws it, well, I wouldn't say the eye, but this time it was the path, in the boot.
Yes, the boot,
But
the Louisiana.
Kyron Lacey channeled his inner OBJ with a one-handed snag, and there's a lot of missed tackles on that play. It's the spring game; it's going to happen. But what an impressive play by Kyron Lacey. We saw Brian Thomas hauling a touchdown thrown by Garrett Nuss, and then Malik Neighbors is going to be one of the best wide receivers in the SEC. So, losing Kayshon Boutte, losing Jeray Jenkins, there's not really going to be much of a drop-off this year. This is going to be one of the best wide receiver groups in the SEC this year.
I think you losing Kayshon this year is probably a good thing because you take some of the drama, the trains, choo-choo, you get that out of the locker room. Dude, if I'm him, I would have returned because I
think he's like a fourth-round draft pick.
Fourth, fifth round draft pick. His stock just absolutely
He should have
tanked.
just transferred, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think he got along with Brian Kelly towards the end of the season, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the NFL. Well, I hope it works out for him.